Hello everyone, this is Dr. John Makoff here. I had some thoughts that have been spinning around a little bit that I thought I would address. And it's the concepts of survival or surviving versus thriving. And maybe there's a thrival word, but I don't know. Maybe we'll make that up later. But the concept of where's your end point? What's your goal point? What are you trying to achieve? Now, when you are, on the line somewhere and survival is that objective, well, that's a very good thing. And to work towards survival in any aspect of life, and to be able to get there is an achievement. But is that your end point? And as well as it doesn't mean you have to keep depleting yourself, because again, that is survival. But what's your end point in any aspect of life? Especially, from my perspective, health, but health goes into so many different aspects of life, whether it is the physical health, the emotional health, the energetic health, the relationship health, your environment's health. All of this is okay, are we just trying to survive through this? Or are we having an end goal of actually thriving at some point and trying to build towards that thriving? In health, just being put on meds is trying to survive. Just getting through life day by day is survival. But what are you doing to prepare yourself for thriving? Getting your gut health better, because that affects your brain connections from your neurotransmitters, so that your gut health will express itself sometimes in your mood and your passion and a variety of other ways. So getting your gut healthy and eating the things that are supportive and nutritious versus taking nutrients away from you or depleting you or causing negative health effects. The nourishment, the true nourishment of real food, is preparing yourself for thriving. The getting things treated and asking for help to treat them with the right herbs and getting your gut and body health ready, doing exercises, daily movement, getting your lymphatics moving is preparing yourself for thriving. Getting your emotional health, figuring out what your triggers are, and figure out what is not allowing you to move past blocks and getting stuck somewhere, and getting help to do so is preparing to thrive versus just getting by and just being okay with no real bumps in the road. And sometimes it's that comfort of needing that lack of bumps in the road is keeping you from actually exploring what was that unknown where you will thrive in. So there's aspects with that. You can find this concept even like relationships. How people really work towards something to get it, and once they got it, they just try to survive through it and withstand it or do the bare minimum, but don't work on their communication skills, don't work on their own mental, emotional health, their own triggers, their own things that are from past growing up triggers to past relationship triggers and traumas, and preparing yourself for a thriving relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether that's a business relationship, whether that's a friendship, it all applies. So this concept of just trying to get through life versus trying to enjoy and experience life and trying to create a foundation that may not be a quick foundation, but it's worth it to build it, versus 5, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the road wishing you had previously. It's just the consistency, but it's the consistency of trying to get to that place of thriving versus just surviving. It goes into the financial stuff of, just making enough to pay those bills year after year versus just, week or month after month, and decade after decade. It's okay, something needs to change, and be realizing it's not that you did anything, wrong per se. It's just, could it be done better? There's that saying, oh, it's the best we got. Well, I've heard that saying for things that were from being said for 20 years ago. There has to be better by a certain period of time. If you don't look for it, though, if you don't try to explore it, you're not going to find it. And it's bringing those awarenesses, it's bringing those concepts to the forefront in all aspects of our life, of our community's life, of our society's life, that everything can be cooperatively as well as individually improved into a thriving place, in my perspective. But if you have any questions, have any comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a beautiful day.